Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was recently asked about marijuana and whether it was okay for politicians and specifically the president to smoke marijuana. Interesting. Okay, in this case, it was unfortunately TMZ. I'm still not happy with their work given how much they've supported Trump, etc. But fair questions here and fair answers. So first, is it okay to smoke weed overall? Let's get an answer on that.
We just need to accept that there is nothing more inherently damaging about marijuana than, say, legal substances like alcohol or anything else.
Okay, so for a lot of us, that's elementary. But for a lot of Washington, this is controversial. So it's like a big deal when Kamala Harris said, it came out and said, no, I used to smoke weed when I was in college. You know, I'm half Jamaican. She's obviously a senator from California running for president. Okay. She still prosecuted people who smoke marijuana, but that's a whole nother story. But hey, we're making progress. We're making progress. It's taken all this time for a lot of those politicians to move forward. But for a new generation like Ocasio-Cortez, it's elementary. Yeah, okay, well, wow. Are you sure you're all right if you smoked a joint? Well, how many beers did you have? But the next question is, should a sitting president be able to smoke weed? Let's see.
So, Senator, would it be okay to have a president who say that they do smoke?
I don't care.
It's not.
Yeah, I don't care. It's fine with me. You're not hurting anybody,
Right. Because there's really no difference between that and alcohol.
There are plenty of people who drink. They'll go out to happy hour. They'll go out, have 1, 2, 3.
Right. And I know everybody's been.
How is that different from anything else?
I'm amused that this, of course, stirred controversy. A sitting president, what if he or she was high? Well, what if they were drunk? And that's only happened about a couple of thousand times, probably more in the history. Ulysses Grant was well known to be a very, very heavy drinker. Lyndon Johnson, heavy drinker. Richard Nixon, preposterous drinker. Okay, so now some of those guys, not great presidents. Some of them did some wonderful things, but the idea that a president might be impaired at some point, no, say it ain't so. Yes, they do need a little bit of leisure time. And apparently for Trump, also executive time on top of that. Anyway, so should they be allowed to smoke a joint, and should we care? First of all, right now they can't, because the federal law says marijuana is the most dangerous controlled substance there is. It's a Schedule I drug. So theoretically, you'd have to arrest the president if he or she was smoking marijuana. But that's preposterous. Of course, it's like beer, and like the prohibition on alcohol, it has caused gangs and violence, and the prohibition is a bigger problem than alcohol was in the first place. Alcohol, of course, is much more dangerous than marijuana. It leads to far more drunk driving accidents, let alone alcoholism, let alone the deaths that alcohol causes just from alcoholism, whereas no one has ever died from marijuana. So I think for a new generation, like I said, those answers seem to be obvious. But for the older folks, go ahead and prepare to get rattled by yet another Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez answer. Okay, one last thing that's just fun. The person next to her the whole time is Cenk Uygur. You might have seen him on the show before. He's one of the co-founders of the Just Democrats, and then he's now AOC's chief of staff. He's in almost every picture, and no one else will notice, but you Young Turks viewers probably will and should going forward. And he was phenomenal in both her campaign and with Just Democrats overall. And I'm always amused to see him right there. Nobody ever asked him anything, well, from time to time. But he was also instrumental in not only AOC's win, but so many other Just Democrats like Rashida Tlaib and many, many others. So, and everybody knows that there's no party like a chakrabarti. So we're keeping it real here on the Young Turks. All right, keep going, AOC. Like what you see? Click the subscribe button below, and don't forget to ring the bell to never miss another video from the Young Turks.